Hello, hello, I am Pam, and this is my channel, Made by Pam. So, this is hashtag Friday Sews, but you know what? It's not Friday, it's Saturday. So, I have had a busy week. Well, most of you know my husband came home, so he got home Sunday afternoon. Yay. He's been gone for a year, so it's good to have him home. And then Monday, I really don't even remember what we did Monday. Anyway, I know I took my kids to school, and then he had a couple errands he had to run to his unit, and after kids got out of school Monday, I had an IEP meeting for my daughter. Tuesday was Halloween, so we took the kids out trick-or-treating. Wednesday morning, I woke up and I think she sent it just before I left to go get kids to school. But my sister sent out a text to everyone Wednesday morning saying that my mom had a stroke. And, man, that makes my eyes water up just thinking about it. And, they spent all day in the ER, so she went Tuesday night to the ER. They spent all night and pretty much all day in the ER waiting for a bed to open up, on the main floor. One finally opened up Wednesday evening, so she was able to get into bed. And they did do a CT scan, and it confirmed that she did have a stroke. And then they did an MRI just to check, because it looked like one of the vessels had torn, or the artery or whatever, and it didn't tear, so that's what's good for them to do the MRI. And so it's super scary, super emotional. So on Thursday morning, after I took my kids to school, and I told my husband before I was leaving what I was going to do. So, on Thursday, I took kids to school, and then I drove straight out to the hospital. It's about 45 minutes south from me. And so I drove, and was it south? Yeah, that's south. I just had a double think. So I drove out there and went out and visited my mom and sat with her from like 8:40 till like 1:30 in the afternoon, just before I had to leave to go get kids from school. And it was a very emotional, it's exhausting. It takes a lot out of you to see. Sorry, my daughter came in to interrupt. So as I was saying, Thursday was like a very emotionally exhausting day. It's hard to watch someone you love laying there in the hospital bed, like sleeping the whole time. And I know she needed her sleep. She was exhausted. It's exhausting having a stroke and, trying to recover from that. But so I left Thursday, and Friday I was like contemplating, do I go and visit her again, or do I stay at home and try to get some stuff done? It's like kind of weighing on you. And so I came home right after I took my kids to school. I got a couple things done, and I thought about it. I'm like, no, I need to go visit my mom. So I told my daughter, I'm like, okay, well, I hope you'll be okay. And my husband was at drill, so he was you know, military stuff. Sorry, got a tickle in my throat. And so my daughter was here by herself. Well, with her daughter. She's 21, so she's old enough to be here by herself. And so I drove out and I visited my mom. You know, about an hour less time than Thursday. Because you know, I left about an hour later than what I did Thursday. So I went out and visited, and my mom's sister was able to come out and visit. And so that was good. And my sister got there and was there for a little while, and my mom's sister was there, and so all four of us was able to sit and talk. And my mom was doing better. She didn't sleep as much. Just didn't exhaust her as much to, you know, move. So that was a good signal. They were trying to get her into a rehabilitation hospital to help with some rehab, with movement and stuff. But that really, the insurance is dragging their feet and doesn't want to approve it. And so my sister is a nurse and stuff, and it's just as easy. It's actually going to be easier to go to my sister's house than it would be to drive to the rehab facility. So she's thinking of just seeing about having my mom just go back home instead of going to the rehab, because she does live with my sister. And then, you know, I can make a trip out a couple times a week and see how my mom's doing, try to work that out. And we'll see what happens. And so she's doing better. It's a long road to recovery, but she'll be okay. She doesn't have as many deficits as she had her first stroke many years ago. So I think she'll recover just fine. I hope. So yeah, it's been an emotional week, especially weekend. So, but before that, I did finish a project before all the chaos and stuff. I worked on Simplicity 9556. It is a Simplicity pattern. It is a nursing top. And here is the back view. And as you can see, it just kind of has that slit and opens up. So I made a shirt for my daughter. Here it is right here. I made like the 3/4 sleeve option. And on the option, with that, it kind of does show like a little, like you can see right here, it shows like a little slit in the sleeve type thing. Well, I didn't do that. I just folded it over and sewed it up. No slit in the sleeve. I did the neckline just like the pattern called for and everything. But on the bottom, I just kind of rolls up. Here, okay. I don't know if that's very clear, but it just kind of rolls up and it has elastic in there. And here's the back view of that. Right there. Okay, well, let me just show you what I did. So I didn't roll up the fabric. I actually put a band on the bottom. It's like a little band, because you can do that. And so there's no elastic in this at all. It is like the stretchy fabric, but there's no separate piece of elastic. You know, that's the joy of being able to make your own clothes. That you don't have to fully follow the pattern. You can change it up any way you want. And so we got this. So in the middle of it all, there is, so I'm going to move this camera down so I'm not having to pick it clear up. I can kind of show you as I put it against me. So it has the little slot here. Now as you can see, it just doesn't open because I put a zipper in it. So it has a zipper. This zipper is a little rough. I probably could have did a different zipper. But otherwise, she would open it and it would just kind of hang open. And you know, and if there's a flap in the wind or whatever, or she could feel a nice breeze as that part's open, and it's just kind of chilly a little bit. Because the opening does go down quite a ways. It's got, you know, it's quite a lengthy piece. So it's like 16 inches open on the flap. Okay, and my sister looked at it. Well, I mean, my daughter looked at it. Man, see, I can't even get my words straight. But she looked at it and she's like, is there any way to close up that? I'm like, so that it doesn't open? And I'm like, well, I can add a zipper to it. She's like, perfect. So I just added a zipper. Easy as that. It keeps it closed. Makes it more like a regular shirt. But it has a zipper. And then if she just needs a small portion open, she can. Now, I am going to make another of these. Okay? I will. I'll make another shirt. The next one, I might do short sleeves. I don't know, or I might make the sleeve a little bit longer for my daughter. And, I probably will make the little band on the bottom again, just like this. But with the next one, because she kind of sticks her hand in that little groove there, you know, because it's just a nice place to stick your hand. But she's like, Mom, can you possibly make that into a pocket? And I was thinking that. And I'm like, that would be an idea to make a little pocket that she could just have. So this would kind of go up a little bit. I'm thinking what I'll do though. I'm kind of got some ideas running through my mind. Okay. I would extend the pocket all the way to this seam, to the edge of the seam here. And so the pocket piece would be added into the seam. So it would go up so far. And, you know, and then it would go in and stuff. And so the bottom would be full. And it would have the full pocket piece along to the edge of the seam. And then after that, in here, I have a loose thread I just noticed. Let's see if I can find my scissors. Where did they go? Doesn't surprise me I lost my scissors, you guys. Come on. Jeez. Hello? Scissors, where did you go? Oh, I got a little pair of scissors here. Okay, I'll just clip that thread there. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I can still make this top cover piece, but I won't quite make it as long. Until I'll make a whole separate pocket that I'll add into this, that I'll add to this side seam and to this part. And then on the top of that, like where, and I might not make the opening quite as long. I'll probably make it a couple inches shorter. But I'll still use a zipper. So maybe a 14-inch zipper instead of a 16-inch zipper. So it'll probably be about 2 inches. And so at the bottom of where that zipper is where that pocket edge will be. And so it'll go across, and this flat piece would be along that pocket piece and be attached to the pocket, and then that. So it'll be a whole separate little pocket pouch under that. You know, and this pattern does remind me a lot of the pattern, well, of one that I did years ago. So this was done in 2022. Okay. Kind of reminds me of the pattern I made years ago. I did a video on it, and I just kind of made it up. It was pretty much the same as this, where it was just leaving a slit down the front and attaching it on the sides, you know. I think on the front I just kind of left that hanging, and then later I did some snapping it shut for my sister. So this one is an okay idea. I think I did also, it was on a raglan sleeve, and so it went down a little bit and stuff and worked out. But with my raglan sleeve, it was a full raglan sleeve. It was one kind of like this shirt that I made for my sister, but it was a full sleeve, so it didn't have like the cut. So I don't know why they have to have I don't know. Let me look. Yeah, there really is not much of a good reason to have a raglan sleeve in two pieces. It could have really been just done in one piece. You really don't need that top seam on a raglan sleeve. It just really doesn't make sense to me. Because this front part of the flap is just sewn into where the sleeve goes. So yeah, that's one part I didn't really get, except for if they were doing that little, the little like slit. That's the only reason for that to be in two pieces. But yeah, kind of my ideas on what I plan on doing. I do have some fabric. I was contemplating making my granddaughter a swaddle thing, because my daughter wanted me to make a swaddle out of this. It's a Halloween orange Halloween fabric that we got from, I think it's a knit pop from Joann's, and I was gonna use it for my daughter, well, for my granddaughter, and my daughter decided that she doesn't want the swaddle to be made anymore, but she was like, how about you make me a shirt like this out of this? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And she's like, and you can do the pocket, and you can make the zipper, and you can do this and this. I'm like, yes, I can do that. I do plan on making another one. And then there was a black, like a plain black fabric instead of the colorful fabric that I can also do. So that is what there is. Alright, so I did a little bit about life, updates, what I'm going to work on, what I worked on, just the drama and chaos in my life. But that's what you guys come back for, right? Is to see all that. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm going on 20 minutes, and that's a long time to listen to somebody babble on and on and on about just stuff. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. Talk to you next time. Stay creative. Bye now.